Hello science enthusiasts and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a topic that's incredibly important, especially for those living in coastal areas: tsunami preparedness. You might think of tsunamis as rare, massive movie-like events, but they are a real and powerful force of nature. Knowing what to do can make all the difference, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's dive into the science of survival. First things first, what exactly is a tsunami? The word tsunami comes from Japanese, meaning harbor wave. It's a series of extremely long waves, often caused by a large sudden displacement of water. Think of it like dropping a huge rock into a bathtub. The most common cause is an underwater earthquake, but they can also be triggered by volcanic eruptions, landslides, or even meteorite impacts. Unlike regular wind-driven waves that just churn the surface, a tsunami moves the entire column of water, from the seafloor to the surface. That's what gives them such immense destructive power when they reach the shore. So, how do you know if a tsunami might be on its way? There are two types of warnings: official and natural. Official warnings come from agencies like the Tsunami Warning Center. They use a network of seismic sensors and deep ocean buoys to detect potential tsunami-generating events. If a threat is identified, alerts are broadcast through TV, radio, emergency apps, and outdoor sirens. It's crucial to know your local warning system and have a way to receive these alerts like a battery-powered weather radio. But what if you don't get an official alert? Nature provides its own powerful clues. The most significant natural warning is a strong earthquake, especially one that lasts for 20 seconds or more. If you're near the coast and feel shaking so strong that it's hard to stand, that's your cue to act immediately. Don't wait for a siren. The earthquake itself is your warning. Another startling sign is a sudden and unusual change in sea level. The ocean might recede dramatically, exposing the seafloor far beyond the normal low tide line. It can look fascinating with fish flopping on the sand, but this is an extremely dangerous sign. It means the wave is gathering itself before rushing inland. Conversely, the sea might rise suddenly like a fast-approaching tide. Lastly, you might hear a loud, unusual roar coming from the ocean, often described as sounding like a freight train or a jet engine. If you see, feel, or hear any of these natural signs, you must evacuate to high ground immediately. Okay, so you've received a warning, either official or natural. What's the next step? Evacuation. And this is where having a plan is a game changer. Your community should have designated tsunami evacuation routes and safe zones. These are typically marked with signs. Before a disaster strikes, you should walk your evacuation route with your family. Know how long it takes and identify potential hazards along the way. Your goal is to get to high ground, as far inland as possible. Experts often recommend aiming for at least 30 meters or about 100 feet above sea level, or at least 1 to 2 miles inland. If you are in a low-lying coastal area, evacuate on foot if possible. Roads can become jammed with traffic and bridges may be damaged or destroyed. If you're in a multi-story reinforced concrete building, like a hotel or an office building, and you can't get to high ground in time, a vertical evacuation might be your best option. This means going to the 4th floor or higher and getting as far from the windows as possible. This should only be a last resort when you have no other choice. Never, ever go down to the beach to watch a tsunami. By the time you see the wave, it will be too late to escape. Now, let's talk about what goes into your emergency kit, or go bag. When an evacuation order is given, you need to be able to grab your kit and go. It should be light enough to carry and contain essentials for at least 72 hours. What should be inside? First, water. 1 gallon per person, per day. Next, non-perishable food like energy bars and canned goods, along with a can opener. A first aid kit is essential, with any personal medications you need. You'll also want a flashlight with extra batteries, a whistle to signal for help, and a multi-tool. Pack copies of important documents, cash, and a local map with your evacuation route marked. A dust mask can help filter contaminated air, and personal sanitation items are a must. Keep this kit in an easily accessible place. The danger isn't over after the first wave hits. Tsunamis are a series of waves, often called a wave train, and the first wave is not always the largest. Subsequent waves can arrive minutes or even hours apart, and they can be even more destructive. That is why it's critical to stay in your safe location until officials give the all clear. It might take a long time, but returning too soon is incredibly risky. The water will be filled with debris, there could be downed power lines, and buildings may be unstable. The landscape you knew could be completely changed. Let's quickly recap the key principles. Know the signs, both natural and official. Have an evacuation plan and practice it. Prepare an emergency kit. When you evacuate, get to high ground and as far inland as possible. And finally, stay there until you are told it's safe to return. These steps are simple, but they are incredibly effective. Building a resilient community is a team effort. Talk to your neighbors, especially those who might need extra help, like the elderly or people with disabilities. Participate in community drills and meetings about disaster preparedness. The more people who know what to do, the safer everyone will be. Education is our best defense against the power of nature. By understanding the science behind tsunamis and preparing for their potential impact, we can turn fear into action and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn about this vital topic. I hope this information empowers you to be more prepared. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. It could genuinely save a life. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next scientific adventure. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.